Get that guy to surrender. Gets that one to surrender. Take the hill. Oh, I suppose I could just split that one. That would have probably worked better. I need to suppress, or I need to remove the entrenchment there. So I get one of the bombers to come up and bomb you. Oh, and I need to suppress the tank more, otherwise we're not going to be able to take the tank out. Need hit for 2. It's probably not enough. Yeah, not enough. Although 1 might do it. 1 did do it in the end, okay. Pick up that Soviet airfield. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot you forward, suppress you some. Push you there. Not gonna get you in range this turn, so we'll just push you as far as we can and we'll have you unloaded. Okay, so if we can do like 3 damage. We'll take some damage and blowback there, but we'll get surrender, I think. No, I need to do 3. 2 is not enough. Okay. Rebase closer so the rest of the bombers can be a little more effective on the following turns. You know, we're definitely winning. We're down to 4 hexes. We see the contents of 2 of the remaining 4 hexes. Oh, that's not good. And another one of our heroes benched. There's a surprising number of Soviets left. They probably have some that just spawn in off-map on various turns, which would incentivize you to be relatively quick on this map. They spawn on particular turns. Yeah, we're gonna try to get rid of this strong point. Probably shouldn't take the time to bother, but because it's not really in our way. But we're going to do it anyway. Okay, suppressing those guys is good. Any of the planes need healing? No. No, they don't. Yeah, I'm spread out a little bit too much. Trying to do everything at once. Well, it's the Soviets' turn. Hopefully they don't punish us too badly. This is where all our siege is going, is letting my artillery getting exposed and take damage. We'll see how long this one goes. I think I'm going to record it as if it's going to be a three-parter. We might end up... well, I might retroactively, in post, edit this into a four-parter by splitting this part up into two. We'll see how long it takes. Okay, so we've de-entrenched you. Need to de-entrench you. There we go. So, still got a lot of suppression to do these guys, get them to surrender, but we're moving that direction. Okay, that moves that unit from attention. I think the motorcycle's gone, so I think we can pull these guys back towards the center. Rebasing these forward. We can actually get into the action. Let's cycle the turn. Yeah, it's snowing again. Okay. Okay, so if we do damage to you, you should surrender. You surrender. There we go. Okay, well that one surrendered. The AT suppressed, so any damage here to get you to surrender should be fine. Now maybe to de-entrench you, which probably needs to be started with artillery. And you surrendered. Ah, everything whiffs. That's a shame. We're not going to hang around to deal with that anymore. I can just drop bombs on it next turn. Really? You whiffed too? Okay. Yeah, so I think the Soviet position's falling apart. We got 2 more to pick up, 10 turns to pick it up in. It's a bit of a shame that we actually can't use the planes this turn or next turn. Probably so because the Soviets don't have any, so it would be really good for me and not so good for them. Okay, Soviets go. Their artillery is attempting to do something. Okay, let's push the artillery closer. Because yeah, at this point we got everything stuck up against the Volga. So we just need to break through. And one reliable way to get through units is pound it with artillery until there's no resistance left. Okay. Cycle the turn. Soviets good to go. Our allies good to go, and are probably annoyingly going to be in the way. Okay. Next turn is the turn we're going to get them to surrender. Yeah, this definitely is. This should have been a 4-parter, so we're going to be splitting the third part up into 2 parts. So, sorry, YouTube, if you're watching this and didn't get an outro to the last part. Here we go. That's the end of the map. So that's along the Volga. Let's see what the battlefield looks like. Okay, so if I was a little bit more proactive, we could pick up another 100 prestige on the map pretty easily. Just by going and grabbing those to the airfield and the town. Yeah. Oh well. That was basically the entire... Basically killed everyone on the map except for you, and I didn't bother to drop the bombs on the strong point. Although, we couldn't have done that until the next turn anyway, so... Now we're going to get the intro to the next map, and we're going to probably go and bring the stream to an end.
Herr General, we stand at the threshold of an achievement that hasn't been seen since the age of Genghis Khan. Not even Napoleon came this close to bringing Russia to her knees, and yet here we are. After the fall of the Russian capital of Moscow, and the utter rout of their forces at Stalingrad, the communists have set up their new capital here at Kubyshev. Desperately clinging to the last major city this side of the Urals, and taking it from them is your objective.
Prime objective, capture all victory hexes.
From your base here at Saratov, you will need to advance through a series of strong points and defensive lines to reach your ultimate goal. Watch out for especially well-entrenched defenses at these locations. At some point, you will need to cross the mighty Volga River, as the rail line leading to Kubyshev is far too narrow of a choke point for your army to advance down. The frozen state of the river should make your crossing relatively easy. Just keep in mind that continued snowy weather will seriously diminish the combat effectiveness of your aircraft. Victory at Kubyshev will end the war in the east. After coming so far, I cannot believe you would let any other result come to pass.
So the next map will be Kubyshev. Get ourselves a fierce fighter, +1 attack for each adjacent enemy unit. Not sure who I will put that on. Notably, we got the Stavka bunker, which I think is implied to be Stalin's bunker. That's implied where Stalin is. And then we got Kubyshev, which is the last major city this side of the Urals. Although the Soviets probably historically would have probably kept fighting if they got pushed back past the Urals. They just would have been significantly hindered. Yeah, we got all the various objectives here. Mostly the cities along the rail line. There's this town out of the way that we're gonna have to go take over. On a looks like a tiny little dirt road leading through to it. And then yeah, it's implying that yeah, you probably don't want to cross. You don't want to go all the way up to here because then you're gonna fight the forest. So you're probably going to cross earlier, have most of your forces come up around while you push up the rail line. And then you take out the city. And then the area is just south of the city. So this is the map. This will be the next map. The beginning of the next stream. And probably this is the last one, I believe, against the Soviets. From here on out, after this map, we will be against the Western forces instead on the ahistorical path because you've defeated the Soviets. So we're going to take a look at the new units. We've passed... Oh, we still got the Brooklyn Pioneer for this one. Okay. Thought it drops the Brooklyn Pioneer off. But we've reached the point where we're in 43, so all the infantry get their 43 upgrades. Although it doesn't retroactively upgrade your old ones. So, because we're running with the drawback slow modernization, we can only upgrade 3 units per mission. So our infantry won't upgrade very fast. That's the thing we have to be aware of. But we do have a whole bunch of new infantry. So we got Fallschirmjägers 43, Gerberjägers 43. So this is the mountain troops. We have Grenadiers 43. We have Osttruppen 43, which are force march, close combat specialists. Oh, that's all the infantry. What's the other one you got? Force march. Oh, so you got force march. You're Osttruppen. How do you compare against the? They're the budget infantry. So they're basically Brooklyn Pioneer that aren't Brooklyn Pioneer. They're probably better than Brooklyn Pioneer. Yeah, better than Brooklyn Pioneer. We got their infantry 43, and then we got Pioneers 43. So if we wanted budget infantry, we'd be running the Osttruppen. Everything at this point is upgraded to 43 if you build new ones. And we probably will want to upgrade some of the older units just because they've got high efficiency. No new vehicles yet for the transport vehicles. Tanks! We got new tanks. The Tiger E and the Tiger P. Okay, so the Tiger E is the historical Tiger tank. It's the one everyone knows and loves. Tiger P stands for Tiger Porsche. These, as far as I know, never saw any combat. It's basically a Tiger, but it was made by Porsche, so it's got a turbo-electric engine instead of a normal engine. These would all eventually get retrofitted into a type of Yag Panther that frequently gets referred to as Yagged Tiger or Yagged Tank. These would be referred to as like elephants of Yag Tigers, because they get swapped out for a all-mounted gun. So these basically never actually saw combat, although I can see in all history you might want to use them. They're apparently, yeah, they're just apparently inferior to the Tiger one. So just run the Tiger one, and we'll probably just run the Tiger one. We're not too concerned about the core cost. Not really that concerned about the pursuit. We'd probably appreciate that durability increase, right? Because right now we're running Panzer 4Gs, so more close defense. So it's even an upgrade over the end, right? Well, upgraded over the end in most situations, except close defense. More ammo, more anti-infantry, more anti-tank, more initiative, more close or more armored, more air, more everything. So as we have time, we'll want to start doing those upgrades to tanks. We got a new recon car. Less excited about the new recon car. It's better against killing things, although really we shouldn't be using the armored car or the recon cars to kill things. We should be using them for their mobility. We got the new Stug G or 3G. So this is an anti-tank gun, self-propelled anti-tank gun with side skirts. So yep, improvement every way over the previous one. Probably not fielding any of them. No new AA. Did we get any new artillery yet? No new artillery yet. Planes. We got you as a new fighter plane. Are you actually a fighter plane improvement? Interestingly enough, yes. It's got lower initiative. It's got lower air defense. It's going to get hurt more. But it has more anti-plane damage. So it's more likely going to blow planes up. It'll be tempting to run those. We're not going to upgrade to them. I might just buy new ones if we want more planes. Tactical bombers. This is currently what we're running. That's what we could upgrade to. Basically, it's a new fighter bomber. Messerschmitt is a new fighter bomber. In fact, it's definitely a... I think it is definitely a upgrade over the previous Messerschmitts. Yeah. So if we wanted a better fighter bomber, that's the way we'd go. Right now, this type we're using our tactical bomber as a tactical bomber. And we do have an improvement. debatable improvement on the strategic bomber. Although, is it over the Dornier? Yeah, we probably upgrade the Dorniers into them. We might not bother with the Heinkel going into them because we'd be losing infantry suppression or anti-tank, anti-shipping. Oh, we'd be losing shipping as well. Whereas the Dornier is just a pure upgrade. Yeah. But yeah, so next time we'll have to decide what 3 things we're going to upgrade. One way to accelerate the upgrades in some cases, for example, is just to buy new. And we've got 13 more core space, so we can definitely buy new, right? If I want fighter bombers and fighters, we can definitely do that. And that's what we might do in the case of the air. Although the infantry, most of the new infantry, the 43 infantry, are 1 core slot bigger. So you got to sort of choose, do you want quality over quantity? We can do some evaluation if I look at what we've got existing, right? So if we say we wanted to upgrade our existing Pioneer, which would definitely be something worth doing, right? We got a 4-star Pioneer here, which is 40% more accuracy. That's something that would make sense to upgrade. And yeah, it's upgrade for the infantry. The vehicle moving it around isn't any better. So it's 1 more core slot. It's 70% more, or 70 more prestige. 2 more to hit. 4 more to anti-tank. So big anti-tank improvement on these guys. More ground defense. More close defense. So for what we'd be using or tending to use them for, definitely an improvement. And then same sort of thing with the air infantry. +2, +4. So the big gain here is the anti-tank. Is going from baseline to 43. The +4 anti-tank. Another 2 close defense. Another 2 ground defense. Again, another core slot. And then tanks. The Panzer 4G that we just replaced last mission. This is probably just going to get replaced. We're not going to upgrade it. We're probably just going to grab another one. And then probably bench the 3N and get a different one. The armored cars are tempting to upgrade, although we probably won't bother going to that upgrade. It's firepower mostly, not defense. In fact, we lose ground defense, which is a little concerning because we tend to have our armored cars get shot a lot. They don't necessarily need to kill things, they need to not die. And then we didn't get any artillery upgrades. So it's infantry, tanks, armored cars. Technically, we'd have an AT upgrade, although we don't really use AT. We use our artillery as AT. No more artillery upgrades, and then a bunch of plane upgrades. So we got lots of things, lots of new potential choices to run next time. Anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're up at 1 hour and 22, so I'm going to go break this part into 2. So if you're watching this on YouTube, sorry for not having an intro on this video or an outro on the last one. Obviously, when we were recording them live on Twitch, I was thinking we were going to get it done in 3 parts, and then the Soviets just put up a little bit too much resistance. So if you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be a part up tomorrow. The moment I'm actually recorded 1 part more ahead of schedule than I should be. Normally I'm only 2 days ahead of schedule. We'll after I do the edit and break it into 4 parts, the stream will be broken into 4 parts, but that 3rd part will be broken into 4th part. We'll be still 3 ahead. So this is where we're going to go ahead and bring this stream to an end. If you're watching on Twitch, tomorrow we're going to be doing Shadow Empire and Fontas Some Aliens Mayhem. We're going to go record 4 parts to that tomorrow. Wednesday will be a new game. We're going to be doing Whiskerwood on Wednesday. Thursday will be Terra Invicta as the initiative. We've technically arrived at the first gas giant, but I think we'll really get stuck in on the gas giants and the aliens won't be able to throw us out, hopefully, on Thursday. And then Friday, we will be back here for Kubyshev. So I hope you've all been enjoying. If there's any comments you want to leave right now, if you're watching on Twitch, now's a good time to leave them, or bring the stream to an end. if you're watching on YouTube, obviously, also feel free to leave comments. This is where I'm going to put a save in, so if there's anything you want to see... Well, yeah, if there's anything you want to see, feel free to let me know. With that, I'm going to go ahead and do the outro. And with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.